It's been 10 years since I had a room like this. Today I'm going to show you the last piece I needed to finish it. When you build a home theater, almost everyone overspends on one thing, the screen. And almost everyone ignores the lever that actually changes how the room feels. So now here we are, we've got fresh paint, new couch, and the Govee Backlight 3 is the final piece of that puzzle. This isn't really a video about a light strip. It's a video about what dedicated bias lighting actually does inside of a serious AV setup and how it compares to a room built with purpose. I want to lay out the essentials that I think about whenever I put together a space like this so that it has the maximum effect for those times when you really want to get immersed. Number one is, of course, the visual. You want to have a great looking screen. Whatever screen you're looking at, whether it's Sony or LG or Samsung or any of the big players that make great looking screens these days, it's not hard to find a great TV at really a pretty reasonable price. Once you've got the video in place, audio is the thing. Now, back in the old days, it used to be a component system with big speakers that stood on the sides and a center channel and surround sound everywhere, and those systems are amazing. Here's something nobody building a home theater talks about. The wall behind your TV matters almost as much as the TV itself. I spend 10 plus hours a day looking at screens. The last thing I want at night is for watching a film to look like a sixth shift for me. Without bias lighting, that's exactly what happens, and most people don't know why. Three things are going on. Your pupils are working overtime. A bright screen against a dark wall forces them to constantly readjust, and after 90 minutes, you feel it. Contrast perception, a small amount of light behind the TV actually raises the apparent black level, which sounds backwards, but makes the image look more contrasty, not less. And eye fatigue. The whole reason you can sit through The Batman without your eyes burning out by the third act. Bias lighting is the most ignored comfort lever in a home theater build. Let's take a quick minute to just talk about where the Backlight 3 sits in Govee's lineup, because they don't make just one of these products. They have quite a few. There's the Light, the T2, the Backlight 3 that we're using here, and the Backlight Pro. The Light and the T2 are entry-level choices. The Pro is, of course, the top of the line. The Backlight 3 is the price-to-performance pick, and that's why it's what I've got on my wall, and it's about $140 for the 75 to 85-inch TV. This is a 77-inch OLED, so I have the 75 to 85. The Backlight 3 is where I think the value sits in this lineup. If you're cost sensitive, you want to have the most bang for your buck, you're not going to go all the way up to the Pro. If you're going to do all that, then you're not going to go to the Light or the T2. The Backlight 3 is the one that does the job that you want it to do for the best possible value. Now, let me be honest about the installation process. It's not bad. I've put up many of these light strips, some of them very cheap, some of them very expensive, and over the years, these things have gotten much better. The strip itself goes on very cleanly and very easily. It has breaks in the corners, so you don't have to try and bend the light strip. The 3M adhesive that they use is very, very good and sticks well to the TV. I've had some that just won't stick at all, and you end up having to tape them to the back or whatever. But this has a really good adhesive that stays along the back, even if you have to move it around a little bit to get the best possible lighting. The dual camera mount that sits on top of the set is what reads the colors on the screen, and that's where the color matching comes into play. The calibration part is something that you don't want to rush. Govee provides a pretty in-depth step-by-step guide, and I followed it exactly. Because if the calibration of this thing is off, that's user error. That is not the fault of the manufacturer. And it's not that hard to get right. Using the app, you have the ability to calibrate the colors to the best of your ability. You have the ability to white balance. There are videos that you can use to test your calibration. The one downside is you get these little foam orange squares. These little foam stickers that you have to use during alignment are a little bit fiddly, and you have to get them in the right places. So plan for like 10 or so minutes to get these things in the right place so that you can be ready just to get everything set up and ready to do the calibration. And the light strip actually pairs via Wi-Fi, not Bluetooth. So be ready to type in your Bluetooth password and hook it up to your Wi-Fi system. Once it's done, and you don't have to worry about doing it again. Color match precision, this is where the dual camera and optics really matter. Govee's using a 4 megapixel dual camera system with a hybrid lens, and the spec sheet's available if you want it. What it actually means, though, is that the light strip reads the screen accurately and recreates exactly the tones that are coming from the screen. Blade Runner's 2049 here, it fills the wall with the right orange, the right colors. I've always loved these opening scenes of Rogue One, where there's such a contrast of colors. There's the white and the green in the upper quadrants, but then there's also the darkness of the soldiers coming close. And the Backlight 3 does a fantastic job of capturing almost the movement of the actors and the colors at the same time. The color extension, the differentiator here is the dedicated white channel. Most RGB strips don't have this, and they fake white by mixing red, green, and blue, and you get a pinkish, grayish kind of smear across the wall instead of an actual white. Watch Inception's Mountain Fortress scene or the Arrival and the fog scene. Pretty much anything in The Revenant is mostly white and gray. The Backlight 3's whites read as whites. And this lighting strip is fast. Mad Max Fury Road's storm and chase sequences are all over the place. The cuts are faster than the human eye can really see, and the strip keeps up with the motion on the screen. Concert footage is the harder test because stage lighting changes faster than even fast-cut action editing. Stop making sense is brutal on a backlight because of the dark and light that happens. And the Backlight 3 doesn't lag. What about the physical design? Already covered in the install, honestly. The strip itself is very cleanly built. The control box is small enough to hide and just stick on the back of your set, but still be accessible. Nothing about the hardware feels cheap. And so here's the honest summary. If you've already invested in a real screen and real audio, the Backlight 3 finishes the room. At $110 for the 55 to 65 and $140 for the 75 to 85, it is the price to performance pick in Govee's lineup. For everyone else who's actually built or is building a room around watching and listening, the Backlight 3 is the one. If you want to grab one, of course, the link's down in the description. It's a tracked link, so if you click on it, Govee's going to know that you came from my video, and that's always good for me. And using it tells Govee that I can make videos like this, where it's not about the specs, it's about the results and the story behind the why. Thanks so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. Thanks to Govee for sponsoring the video and letting me do something a little bit different. I really do appreciate it. Until the next time, I'm out.